So, what's going on, you guys? This is New York Adventure 1994 here, and today's Sunday, November 15th, 2020. And it's really hard to make this video, to tell you the truth, because I've been up till 3 o'clock in the morning last night while watching SpongeBob, trying to catch up on what McJuggerNuggets and Kidbehindacamera recently posted. Yeah, it's not a good one. I feel like I'm just so mad at McJuggerNuggets for what happened. I'm not gonna like have an outrageous moment. I mean, I don't really like getting mad, but I feel like this is something that has to be talked about. So I feel like Michael and Bridget's relationship is like falling apart because of Jesse. It's really sad. I'm gonna start the story now. I feel like every 2 years in an even year, in the fall, I feel like it's always a downfall between McJuggerNuggets and Kidbehindacamera. In 2016, Jesse was like sneaking around Michael's house, like trying to look up his private stuff to see if he's fake or not, and flew a drone into Angry Grandpa's house. And then he gets into this war with Psycho Dad, and they break Charlie's pool house. And the day before, Jesse actually bought a toy gun into Angry Grandpa's house, thinking it was a good idea to end the Angry Grandpa show, just like how he ended the Psycho series. You don't ever do that. You could wind up in jail for the rest of your life if you did any of that stuff. You don't ever do that. You don't ever come to someone's house where someone doesn't know you and you're showing them this gun, whether it's fake or not. You could get arrested for that. And then in 2018, 2 years later, Swift touched Angry Grandpa's dream car. And Swift like put Michael and Jesse in handcuffs during Angry Grandpa's birthday, which was like 10 months after his passing. But they still celebrate anyways. I mean, to make it like he's still with them. Swift did something really stupid that the cops had to come and remove the handcuffs. I don't know what was going through Swift's head back in 2018. This is why Michael had to like doubt him from staying the next time, once Jesse got kicked out permanently from his own house with Michael there. Yeah, it was like horrible. It was like worse than a Shrek reference when Psycho Dad kicked everyone out. Yeah, it's really hard. But now let's fast forward to today. In October. So, plane flying over. So, it all started after Jesse was like had this FedEx guy come to his house, and then he was on the road to South Carolina during a pandemic, and once he got there, it was like 3 in the morning already, and he just like broke into Michael's house, and him and Nick were scurrying around the house like rats. Yeah, they were scurrying. I don't want to hear Jesse's mouth that he doesn't like that reference, but he was scurrying around the house like rats, which is the thing Michael says. He wound up getting his Tesla towed because it was at his house for the last several days. And Michael was like really mad that Jesse was at his house during a pandemic, and he didn't want him going anywhere near him. It was social distance to prevent everyone from being sick. Whether Jesse was sick or not, Michael didn't want anyone near him. But he had to keep a secret to Bridget that Jesse was over, because Bridget has like these mixed feelings for Jesse. Like, Bridget wasn't allowed to know that Jesse was in the house the whole time. He was like some kind of stalker. Yeah, it was really nasty. So, once Bridget got to see McJuggerNuggets, it all became drama. And then that night, while Jesse and Bridget were talking in the front, Jesse was like breaking through of why he broke up with Ashley, and it made Bridget wind up breaking through of how he felt about what Michael was doing to her. Like keeping a secret, and Bridget didn't really want to do YouTube, and Michael was like doing it. I mean, what does she expect? That's what Michael likes doing. But Bridget didn't really want to do it, so she didn't really want anything to do with it. And then, after all the breakthroughs outside, Bridget started confronting Michael to get out, and that she's done with him. And Michael like broke down and wound up stealing the car, going all the way to the cemetery, and Jesse and Nick had to follow him the moment that Bridget wanted to kick everyone out. She was kicking them out, and Michael wanted Jesse and Nick to leave because it's like Jesse just ruined it. Accidentally. Jesse shouldn't have mentioned why he broke up with Ashley. Would they still be fine with each other? I don't know. I feel like Bridget just hates McJuggerNuggets. They had to chase Michael all the way to a cemetery, and Michael had this bag of money, and he's like blaming it on Jesse that he lost everything because of him. They like fought in the middle of a cemetery over the bag of money, and the cops got called. Yeah, it was really hard. A hard turn of events that night. You have no idea how Michael was after that night. Michael was forced to sleep upstairs. Bridget just can't take it. She just didn't really want to do YouTube, and she didn't like how Michael was keeping secrets, and she was like calling him a child and everything. It's really sad. It's just really, really sad. And once Jesse left, Michael was still blaming on McJuggerNuggets for what has happened. And Bridget is not talking to him whatsoever. Michael's forced to sleep upstairs, and Bridget's like forcing him out of the house. She's like kicking him out, whether he had a place to go or not. Jennifer's not accepting it, his mom's not accepting it, or Bridget's mom's not accepting it. I feel like they're never getting back together. I don't know what's gonna happen. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. It's really bad. I can't believe it. After all they've been through. You wanna know the truth? Bridget's actually trying to kick Michael out to force him into marrying her. That is really messed up. That is really, really messed up. You can't force somebody to marry you. Just like that. Like, either be broken up or married. That's not how love works. Bridget is doing it the wrong way. And their anniversary is tomorrow. I think. But I know it's November. I can't believe Bridget's like forcing Michael to marry her. Otherwise, it's all over. In the year after they had a baby. This is outrageous. Forcing Michael to marry her or be broken up just because McJuggerNuggets told her about Ashley. That is stupid. I don't know what to do for McJuggerNuggets. I don't know if I should unsub him for a little while or what. Cause I just feel so mad at McJuggerNuggets right now. I feel like Jesse and Michael are not friends because friends don't do this. That is not what friends do. Like, break up relationships. Like, once Jesse broke up with Juliet and Ashley, for over a year he was like, it's like he had this secret plot to break up Michael and Bridget. So Michael could come to Jersey and they could collab all they want. With no problem. But it doesn't work that way. That is really bad. I don't know if I should unsub Jesse or not. Because I still like him. For a Psycho series. I've known Angry Grandpa related stuff and McJuggerNuggets related stuff since 2013. I've been watching all this stuff since 2013. And it's like really hard for me to decide what I should do with McJuggerNuggets. Either unsub him or just don't watch him for the time being. I mean, I really gotta cut this guy some slack because he lost Ashley and his dad's like kicking him out of the house. I mean, her dad's kicking him out of the house. Not Psycho Dad. I really gotta cut this guy some slack eventually. It's really hard. It's like not easy for me to make this video whatsoever. I hope Michael and Bridget could work things out. I feel like Jesse and Michael are not friends because of what they do. Every 2 years it became a downfall between the two of them. It's just really bad that they have to put up with each other like this. I'd rather see them as best friends and not like frenemies. Like some kind of enemies. So I guess that's it.